You're going to set up being able to damage the pod now and ultimately destroy the bug. So let's create some more blank events by pressing B. And here they are. So on the boss pod is collision with another object, which is the player bullet. Then we're going to, we need to put the actual, so on the boss pod, instance variables, you're going to create HP. We're going to set this pretty high because at this stage of the game, we're going to have the full power-ups. So, I mean, you're going to have to tweak this in playtesting, but we're going to set it to 200 initially. And we're going to subtract from the boss pod health, subtract from HP value 1. Let's do the brightness thing, so effects and brightness, and the boss pod set effect parameter index 0, effect value 200, and then wait 0.05 seconds. And then set the brightness parameter back to 100. And we want to destroy the player bullet. And when the boss pod's HP is equal or less than 0, then we want to kill the boss pod, destroy it. We want to also subtract from the boss bug HP 1, because the idea is once all three are destroyed, it will destroy the boss bug. And also in this little bit here, the fire rate is being changed as well by the HP of the boss bug. And we'll create some goo as well. So let's create blood 1, layer 3, boss pod .x, boss pod .y, and then going to increase the size of that particle. So set size, or set size randomizer. Set size randomizer to, let's make it big, 120. And when the boss bug, so I'm not actually doing a collision with that other than with the player a bit later on. Compare instance variable, its HP is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to destroy the boss as well. So let's destroy that. We also make sure that we destroy all the turrets as well. And we need to make a big explosion. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on this and right click and add a sub event. And we're going to use the repeat function to make lots of particles. 20. So let's create the blood 2 on layer 3, and on boss bug .x and boss bug .y, and I'm going to add to this some randomness, some random range, so minus, I don't know, let's say 120 pixels up to 120. Let's copy and paste that on there, so it'll give us a bigger spread. We might have to adjust this later on. copy and paste that and create some goo as well. I'm going to add to Blood 2 set size 120. Oh, to make some big ones. And I'm also going to change on Blood 2 particle the timeout and set it to 2 seconds. For Blood 1, going to set the size randomizer again to 120 and set the spray cone to 360. And what else? And also on Blood 2, let's set the blend mode to additive to make it more swanky, a bit more swag to the explosion. So I'm just going to test that out, but before I test it I need to set the boss pod, I think HP, that's 200, so let's set it to 75 just so it's a bit easier so we can test it. And the player weapon power, let's increase that to 2 so we know that this is what it'll be like when we've got the full power-ups. And let's test that. Yeah. Okay, here it comes. The anticipation. Okay, so we can damage it. Oh, one's gone. We'll add the splat sound to that. Let's just test our fire. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's going to be tough. And then, yay. Okay, so that can all be tweaked, all those variables with the boss pod to set it up properly. But in terms of what you've got there, in terms of mechanics, everything's good. We just need to add some sounds and then set up the damage on the player.